Well, I got them. Said I wasn't, but I did. And we're gonna be talking about the Beats Fit Pro. First thing I want to say from the last video is, I gotta be honest, Powerbeats Pro, I didn't like them. So I'm not gonna say I recommend something if I don't like it. And with Beats Fit Pro, I'm gonna be honest, these feel much more comfortable than the last headphones, but we're gonna save that for later in the video. And we're just gonna start off with the battery. And the battery with these headphones isn't the greatest. You do get about 6 hours of battery life, and with the case you get 18 hours of charging. So if you do go to the gym every day for an hour to 2 hours, and with the case and the battery, that's 24 hours throughout your whole week of going to the gym. If you do want to use these headphones more throughout the week, you might have to charge them every other day, every 2 days. I found that the battery was fine for what I needed to do. My workouts are like an hour to an hour and a half, and then I'm driving home. So around 2 hours a day I use these headphones. The connection process with pairing these headphones is very simple. As soon as you unlock your device and you open up the case, it'll show up on your screen. With that being said, make sure your earbuds are in the case, because I actually took them out of the case and I had them in my ears because I was so excited to use them. The case itself is much smaller than the Powerbeats Pro, and I actually really like this small form factor much better. I can keep this in my pocket. I can put this in one of my smaller gym bags. With the Powerbeats Pro, I ended up leaving that case at home most of the time because it was just too bulky to carry around. And with the case, you do have USB-C charging, which is really nice. The Powerbeats Pro had the lightning cable, which I don't know why they still have that. They should just make a new version. The Beats Fit Pro do have physical buttons, which is nice. I don't like the tap sensitive earbuds. To me, those just never work right. So you can double tap these to skip a track, triple tap to replay a track, press once to pause and play, even answer calls. The only thing is they don't have the volume control button that the Powerbeats Pro had, and it had it on both sides of the earpieces. But with these, you can have them set in the settings to have that function if you'd rather just have the volume control or not. But you don't get both functions like the Powerbeats Pro do. One thing that I thought was really distracting with these headphones was the spatial audio with the Dolby Atmos. I just found this very distracting when I was trying to play basketball, when I was going for a jog, or doing some of my sprints and hills. I just found this really distracting, and I actually didn't know how to turn this off. By accident, I turned it off when I was just skipping tracks because the album I was listening to had Dolby Atmos. And if you get these headphones, you get 3 months of free of Apple Music, which you should definitely take advantage of. And I had to go into the music app in the settings and turn off the spatial audio Dolby Atmos. I had to turn that off, even though when I first got these headphones, I had checked off that I did not want that feature. So you do have to go into the settings in the music app and turn that off. Or if you like to feel like you're in space, you're in some three-dimensional world, instead of enjoying the environment that's around you, which is fine. For me, it was just too distracting. So you can leave it off, turn it off. I don't care, it's up to you. I really wanted to warm up with some basketball before I got into a little bit of light jogging and then my sprints and hills workout. And whenever I was going around to the left side of the 3-point line, it kept cutting in and off. The signal was just having issues. So around the basketball pole, I had to keep my phone around there for it to have a consistent signal, which is something that I didn't have to do with my budget headphones, my in-ear headphones. When I got these, they were about $15. They now are $20. Really ugly looking things. They still have the wire, but they are the most comfortable pairs of headphones that I've owned for exercise. And they do have a volume control here, but you can't skip tracks. As I was testing the range, I was actually able to get like almost the whole court. I think it was getting around like 28, 27 yards. It wasn't exactly the full court. With the in-ear sport headphones that I like, I was barely getting past halfway of the court. So the range is pretty good on these headphones. Since I couldn't shoot the threes, again, I don't know what the problem was. Maybe it was just really windy outside. I got really frustrated, so I just went into jogging. I'm not gonna lie, if I was able to do that, that would have been pretty cool. It's having it. All right, doing some light jogging. I don't feel like the headphones are gonna slip out of my ears. They were actually pretty comfortable, and the buttons on the headphones were very responsive. And it's nice being able to skip tracks, take calls without having to reach for my phone. The on-ears and some of my other budget headphones, I'm not able to do that. And the noise canceling was nice, blocking out any sort of low-end noise from machines and buildings and stuff like that. So it was really nice to just really focus on my jogging experience. As I was doing sprints, I noticed the headphones cutting off the signal here and there. So I had to keep the phone in my pocket. Usually I like taking everything out of my pockets when I'm doing sprints, but I ended up just holding the phone in my hand to do the sprints. I don't think this is the device. I think it's just the Bluetooth technology we have. Maybe when we have Bluetooth 6, we'll be able to have more range with Bluetooth. Or I can just hold the phone in my hand, do some curls, bicep curls, and maybe that will be an extra workout. I don't know. But I have to say I was getting some discomfort around 45 minutes into my workout around the anti-helical fold of my ear. Look, I'm not smart. I actually had to look that up. I also noticed that when I was trying to replay songs, which is triple tapping the earpieces, and both of the earpieces have the same function, which is great. I had to do this very slowly. It just wouldn't register when I was trying to do it very quick around like this speed. It just wouldn't do it. I had to do 1, 2, 3, and then it worked. So next thing is the sound quality. I have mixed opinions about the sound quality. The bass is a little bit better than the Powerbeats Pro. I think it's more present. The high end isn't as harsh, but the mid range, I just think it could be a little bit better. It's just a really nitpicky thing, but it just seems like they have this weird high end boost where they're trying to make the vocals brighter and more present. It's just, I don't think it's all that, but I do prefer these over the Powerbeats Pro. Powerbeats Pro might have had a little bit better mid range. High end was very clear on the Powerbeats Pro. I think a little too much for my taste. Your preference will vary on what you listen to. Me personally, I just like a really flat, balanced headphone. As much as I like my in-ear headphones, they do sound a little bit muddier in the treble, but the low end and the mid-range are not that bad for the price. Again, these are $20. Powerbeats are $150 to $200 depending on if you get them on sale or not. And I just don't think they're worth $150. I don't think the sound quality is worth $200. Kind of disappointing. One category I like to include in these videos is the functionality. How well do these features work out of these headphones? The noise canceling is there. It works great. The call quality is really good, and people were hearing me really well. And I actually had to go into the control center and turn on voice isolation mode. So these do pick up a lot of sound in the microphone, which is good. So if you're someone that likes to talk a little bit more quietly, people will be able to hear you. As opposed to some cheaper headphones, the call quality is just not that good at all. The microphones, they don't pick up your voice that well unless you're really talking loud, and I don't like to talk that loud in the gym. And again, I really like what Soundcore is trying to do here. By the way, this is like a similar logo to this. It's just they inverted it. You know, it's really the same thing. They just pretty much just copied it. Soundcore by Anker. These are the A40s. I love the A40s, but the call quality still is a hit or miss depending on what environment you're in. One thing I forgot to include in the video was just the functionality from the A40s by Anker. Once I reinstalled the app, the touch feature started working again, and there's just so much customization with these headphones that I think the Beats Fit Pro could have. So if you single tap on these headphones, because they have a touch sensitive pad, you can turn this on and you can have the left one go to the next track, to play and pause. And you can change these too to even the volume, go back to the previous track, raise the volume, decrease the volume, and you can have this for single tap and double tap as well. And you can even have functions that hold for 2 seconds, such as controlling the noise cancellation and other features. I think Beats should have this type of customization in their app, because what they have right now is just so basic, and I think they could just do so much more, especially for the money that you're spending on these headphones. I just closed the case, but yeah. Apple knows how to make stuff that just works, but again, the discomfort, the audio quality, it's just, I don't think it's worth the price. It's just my opinion though. If you want something that just works, this is it. The in-ear sports actually use the micro USB, the older one. So it's very outdated tech that they have in these headphones, and especially this wire too, especially if you want to put barbells on your traps, or if you're benching and stuff. This stuff can get really distracting, you know, unless you're trying to jump rope, and then you can. The wingtip is pretty flexible. You know, you can't really go wrong with whatever type of ear shape you have. You know, we're all about the body positivity here, whatever kind of ears you have. I don't think the wing is gonna be the problem. It's more so the material on the earbud that just irritates my ear. Well, I think I said about everything. If you guys want to see more reviews, whatever it is, just don't make me buy a car that I can't afford. Can't do it. Bye.